is billed as the ultimate sports podcast.
I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time.
Everybody has been waiting.
I'm God gifted.
He's a bull. I'm the matador.
This is the Weekend Guy Podcast, and it begins now.
Moving abroad, an interesting weekend. I think before we get to the main one, let's start with the other group. I think Tottenham played well. They won.
Yes, Tottenham is playing very attractive attacking football.
Without Harry Kane, so...
Listen, they're playing very good. The only question I have is, how long can they sustain this?
Yeah,
it's a very long season.
It's a very long season, and plus squad depth as well. The quality coming from the bench.
You called it.
Yeah.
Because an injury to Madison, an injury to Son,
you're done.
The next replacement,
they're
there's
done.
more questions on it.
Yeah.
But we'll give credit where it's due. Tottenham playing attractive football, and outside of Arsenal and Man City, I think they're the next team to look out for. And yeah, Tottenham fans must be happy, but we did note they went out of the Carabao Cup already.
Oh my God!
So already one less cup for
trophy
them
to go for.
to win. You know, so it's kind of disappointing that they went out so early because those are one of the tournaments you can pick up silverware.
Yeah,
and you should target because everything else, the league,
it's
FA
tough.
Cup, it's tough.
Man City. Haaland hat-trick, isn't it?
Indeed. One of three this weekend. Son also had a hat-trick. Haaland had a hat-trick. But there was a bit of controversy,
in that game.
Yes. Akanji had a goal. Nathan Ake headed a goal.
Yeah.
But Akanji was in the line of the goalkeeper. And he kind of jumped out of the way.
Yeah.
And the goalkeeper reacted late. VAR had a look at it, and Akanji was in an offside position, but they still let the goal stand. Can you believe?
Wow.
So more VAR
mistakes.
controversy.
But it doesn't make sense, so that should not be happening.
Indeed.
That should not be happening at all.
So it was round about the stroke of halftime too, so it also changes the dynamic of your halftime talk and your approach as a manager, And
definitely.
the mindset of a player is you guys have fought so hard to get to this point, and you get given, or rather you concede such a dubious goal.
It doesn't make sense, huh?
Yeah, so look, VAR is going to be on the spotlight more and more.
And more.
And more than anything else, it feels like referees or the VAR does not want to make the tough call.
Yeah.
Right? So they tend to earn the side of caution.
Yeah.
And by doing that, it's rather the case of, okay, I'm not going to make a call because if I don't make the call, I don't make a mistake.
That's what you mean, yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was unfortunate, but then again, the other side of the argument is, okay, let's give Fulham that goal. They still lose 5-2.
Yeah, it was a bad...
But Haaland was back at his best, though.
Yeah, that's what, I was about to comment and say that my predictions in terms of the Man City thing, with this kind of performance against Fulham who drew with Arsenal 2-2, I'm starting to actually doubt my prediction for Man City because if they can do that and Arsenal struggle against that team, which means Man City is actually combining better than Arsenal at this current moment.
True.
But it's a long season, so I don't know. But those players are actually battle hardened. I feel like Phil Foden is younger and quicker in that attacking mid position. So Man City is starting. If they can do 5 this early in the season, it's a bit of a problem for the other guys.
It sets the tone for the season. Because the one thing I think the whole league is watching with Man City, you don't want to let them go on a run. Yeah. And they've gone 4 out of 4.
Yeah, so it's going to be
in convincing fashion. That was so. Maybe it's a welcome break for everyone now with the international break, but City has set the tone in terms of they're going for 4 titles in a row.
Yay.
And look, if anyone wants that title, they gotta snatch
They
it.
gotta
for
come work
hard.
really hard on it.
Indeed,
Yeah.
Indeed. So,
And how did Chelsea do? Because I was...
before,
Oh, okay.
we gotta give a shout out to Haaland.
Oh, okay.
He won the
UEFA
best player.
Yeah.
He came first. Messi was second, and De Bruyne was third. So,
Yeah, but that still doesn't give him Ballon d'Or, though.
yeah, so I think the general consensus in the footballing circle is UEFA best, club for titles.
It's Haaland.
Yeah, you know, when we compare Messi's season at PSG versus Haaland's season at City,
City, yeah.
Haaland takes the UEFA best.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now come Ballon d'Or, everyone is penciling in
Messi.
Messi because of
The World Cup.
The World Cup, yeah.
The World Cup.
But what's interesting though with Ballon d'Or, it used to be, I think, early in
the 90s.
In September, right? Now they've delayed it to the end of the year.
Yeah, it's very delayed now.
But now the thought process was, right? We want to measure someone's year from January to
December.
that November, December period.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they look at that body of work.
work,
That was
yeah.
the thinking behind changing the announcement
Yeah.
date, you know? So, look, up until June, right? Messi is in the conversation. If we include last year, December,
Yeah.
which is when the World Cup was,
Okay.
he's the man, hands down.
Getting back to Chelsea. What was the score in Chelsea? Because I didn't catch any sport this weekend, mate.
Wow.
Did they lose or what?
Wow. Rumor has it, eh?
Uh-huh.
Rumor has it that once upon a time in London, there was a team called Nottingham Forest that came to Stamford Bridge. And they left Stamford Bridge with 3 points.
Wow. Jesus Christ. Seriously?
Yeah. First time in over 100 years that Nottingham Forest
Were able to get points at Chelsea.
Yeah.
What a shock.
Yeah, you guys are creating history and the wrong kind.
Wow.
And the wrong kind.
Wow. What was the score?
1-0.
Oh my God.
1-0.
You see, this is the thing about Chelsea. And I didn't catch the game. We need to be able to dispatch these weak teams at the end of the day. Because now, if we let Nottingham Forest get points from you, you're looking at what now? 6th, 7th place on the log?
Yeah, no. Right now, Champions League is
gone.
Is not
On the table.
You know, it's okay, guys. I think Poch needs to come out and say, look, this is a rebuilding year.
Yeah.
We're finding ourselves as a team. It's okay. Lower everyone's expectations, tell everyone to get the belly out the mind because we are rebuilding this year.
Yeah.
We are not promising any silverware. Then Chelsea supporters will sleep peacefully
Better.
at night.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, because some of the opportunities you guys missed, I'm sure Lukaku would have scored those.
Wow,
Bad
bro.
first
No,
team.
don't talk about that cow, bro. I mean,
Romelu Lukaku would have scored. Would have scored. I'm just happy
I doubt.
he's got a new club and he's away from Chelsea.
I doubt Lukaku would have. He's
Conundrum, let me ask.
Okay.
If Lukaku goes and drops 25 goals in Serie A, he's still under contract at Chelsea. Do you want him back?
No, not possible.
Wow.
Not at all. We're good.
You're calling it insane.
Yeah, now we're good. We're great, actually. Without him.
Okay.
Nah. How many chances do you need to get?
No. But also someone you might be good with. Mason Greenwood has been signed by Getafe in Spain on a 1 season loan.
Yeah, it's just a way to get him back to Man U.
Remember what we were saying?
Yeah.
In that statement of theirs, they didn't say we are terminating his contract.
Yeah. You can't terminate his contract. He's a beast.
We'll see.
He's a beast.
The verdict is out. The boy
But
has
you
been
know,
out
you
for over a year.
But my worry is that when the contracts, when the career starts heading this direction, you're heading in the Nasri Lingard situation. Because if he messes up at Getafe, doesn't get back his form, Man U is gonna say, do we need him? Let's give him another year. Do you understand?
Because he's got 2 years left on
his contract. Yeah.
So now
Then it
the
starts
interesting conversation is
fading
to
to
negotiate
oblivion now
after
because
this season.
because if he doesn't do well at Getafe, it's gonna be like, okay, Do we bring him back? Ten Hag is going to say, do we bring him back? Do I need him? Obviously, he's better than... He's nice on that. Is it left wing or right wing?
Yeah.
It is left.
I think he's happy. He's good with both.
Left wing. He's a beast. And it's very young. How old is he? Maybe 20?
20.
He's 20 now this year.
20, yeah.
So there's still hope there. Fantastic player. But the problem is his whole mentality with females and stuff. That's why you need your life mentors coming in, guys, you know.
True.
The psychological help.
Look, he's got a second chance, you know, and we don't condone any violence towards females or anyone.
Yeah, definitely.
And everyone knows the facts of the case, so we won't rehash them.
Go into that, yeah.
We'll focus on what he can
achieve at Getafe. Look,
Yeah.
it's this situation for me is purely just to observe and indicate.
whether he has a future
or not at Man U, you know. So
Okay.
just for us, for Man U and everyone else, just observe, because there's nothing else we can do anyway.
True. Someone else we need to observe and check if he has a future
In Man U?
Yeah, it's
Jadon Sancho. No.
You know,
It's still very early in the season to be starting the shenanigans.
yeah, but Eric Ten Hag, when asked why Jadon wasn't in the squad, and I'm paraphrasing, said, "Look, he wasn't performing well at
training
this week,
Yeah.
so we did not choose him."
That's weird, though.
Is that a valid statement to make
No.
about a player, or should he have approached
Another
it
one.
differently?
What's the story with the goalkeeper?
Who?
The Man U goalkeeper. Oh, that Onana.
Onana.
Yeah.
Oh, he had retired from
Cameroon.
international
Then he's going back now.
football. Yeah, now he's
Oh,
back,
okay. Look, for me, Jadon Sancho is a bit of an anomaly. Do you know why?
Mm-hmm.
I would have, if he had gone to Spain, I think his career would have been,
From Dortmund.
yeah.
Okay.
I think Dortmund players adapt better to the Spanish league than they do in the English Premier League, yeah. He's suffering from that. I mean, he's had 3 seasons now, 3 or 4 seasons.
It's his third
Third
season. So the verdict is out this season.
He's not performing, he's not up to Man U standards. He's just
And can I tell you, he's one of the top earners. He's on
Yeah.
£75,000 a week.
a week, yeah.
Ooh.
But he's not performing, he's not justifying salary. So should have gone to Spain, make your name there better, and then. But Man U for him, I don't think it's a good fit.
Okay, fair enough.
It's not a good fit. Not a good fit
But
at all.
then, from a management perspective, though, do you think the comments from
Ten Hag.
Eric Ten Hag were fair? You know, could he have approached it differently? Because obviously, when you send out the team sheet to the press, you know who's not on that team, and they're going to ask.
Yeah, Wanako Ten Hag is a bit of a conundrum for me at the moment.
Okay.
He's not quite a Pep coach.
Yeah,
Firm, tells you I'm not going to do it. Why?
yeah.
But he's not quite a Mourinho coach who tells you, okay, arrogance and so on and so on.
Yeah.
For me, I can't identify what kind of coach is he.
In terms of a man manager.
Yeah, he comes across very quiet. You know, you don't see him even in interviews. It's like, I don't know.
He's
So
not too animated.
obviously, if it was Pep would tell it to you straight. He's not going to say that I didn't put him in the team sheet. I didn't put him in the team sheet because it's not good enough for me this week. That's all I saw, and that's all it's going to end. Mourinho's going to tell you straight out. I make the decision. That's it. Don't ask me anything. I'm not going to answer anything. Ten Hag says he didn't train well. I mean, what kind of player does not train well?
Yeah, because and this is where I find it very interesting, right? That the culture you set as a manager, right, is let's keep our politics and our dirty laundry internal, right? And surely, let's say the guys know by Friday that, look, I am not playing or Saturday. Let's call it the day before. I'm not playing the next day.
Yeah.
If I'm not playing, surely the coach has a chat with you, Andile, and says, look, Andile, I'm not playing you tomorrow against Arsenal. It's a big game. And it is because you didn't train well.
What is not training well? That's the way it's confusing.
No, you didn't put in the effort and you weren't trying too hard. Your body language, your mentality when you approached the training drills, you're doing things half-heartedly, things like that. That gets cleared up
But
before.
in football, would a professional footballer not train well?
Hey man, attitude is everything, you know.
So, Jadon Sancho, what's going on with him then?
So that's the question, right? And then for me, I'm like, that conversation should have been had internally.
Yeah.
So that by the time I get asked on the Sunday press conference,
Mm-hmm.
you are not shocked, right? And something that I then done was I put myself in Jadon Sancho's shoes, and I thought of the support structure he has around him. Probably his agent, his brand manager, etc. Right?
But
The moment you criticize a brand with a modern footballer, right? You're not just affecting one person.
you're
There's
affecting
4 people who eat
involved.
off that.
Yeah.
You know? So the moment they say you're not training well, it starts the narrative of you're unprofessional.
Yeah, the attitude.
You know.
Got attitude problem.
Exactly, right? And it's someone we can't rely on.
Yeah.
So, for example, if I'm your marketing manager, if they are saying I'm unprofessional and unreliable, when I try to go and market you,
Yeah.
that's
That'd be
still
a
going to
problem.
be ringing in brands' heads. So now you're affecting my bag too.
Yeah.
You know? So I think the statement from Jadon Sancho was in response to that and was obviously consulted with his team to say,
Of
hey,
course.
listen, you got to clear the air here because
And you,
this
no,
guy's
no.
talking
I
smack
think
about
it
you.
was more like you gotta say something.
Yeah.
You can't go quiet on this one.
Indeed.
Yeah. But Sancho for me and Man U, nah, they should just cut it off.
But also, there's rumors that Eric has his favorites, right?
Yep.
So outside of Bruno, obviously being the number one guy at United, captain, fantastic, and creator extraordinaire. Anthony, whether he has a lukewarm game or a shit game, gets the first look on that side. You know?
Because before Sancho was trying to say, yeah, because for me, I'm also with Ten Hag on that one, and I'm not a Man U fan. Based on the number of games Jadon Sancho has been given at Man U, the games he's played, he's not displayed a level which is above Anthony.
Yeah, but look, we've had four games this season.
Yeah.
Right? Anthony has started awful. Right?
Because they want to give him his form, regain his form back.
No doubt, but how do you then, right, after 3 times coming off the bench,
Yeah.
4th time not playing, right, call me unprofessional and not putting in an effort when I haven't started a game?
That's what this is what I'm saying about Sancho and Man U. It's time to cut it off, man. It's not working.
It's still early.
It's still very early. That's why
early.
the cracks are coming up so early in the season. Like,
But
it's so early to be having this kind
Do
of
you
cracks.
think though he might be using this as a way to light the fire underneath Jadon to say, okay, come, prove me wrong.
If
Prove me wrong.
it could be one of 2 things. It could be doing that,
Yeah.
or remember there's
It's a
other
Ronaldo
people,
tactic. I'm going to throw you under the bus so that you
and
want to
then
leave.
the Saudis come with the bag.
Nah, no,
Telling
not at 22, Joe.
Those
Not at
Saudis don't
22.
play around, mate. Age is not an issue for them.
Sancho is not going to Saudi at 22.
Bag.
He's not going. Nah.
That's all they're going to do. They're just going to come and hijack and give him the bag.
I'm
That's it.
sure that.
Remember, if you go to
teams
Saudi for like a year or 2 at 22, your career is not over. Because remember, that in Saudi, the league you're playing, although it's a farmers league, but the players now, they're in each and every single team.
You don't go from Man United to Saudi at 22 and come back and command respect in the English Premiership.
Yeah,
again,
we'll
'cause
see
he's
about that.
English.
We'll see about that.
I don't believe it.
We'll see about
I
that.
don't believe it.
The football landscape has changed.
Okay, for example, right? Enzo right now at Chelsea says, hey guys, I'm leaving, I'm going to Saudi.
Bag.
No, which other English team is going to want him in 2 years' time?
Bag.
Because we can say he's won the World Cup, so he's like,
I'm done, yeah.
ultimate
Yeah, because
prize.
remember, he can go back to another league.
But self-respect, Joe.
The quality of the player does not. Remember, the players playing in Saudi league, they're not like garbage, Ngoku. Because
But
the
they're
entire
old.
Saudi. They're not that old.
All of them.
No, they're not that old.
The only established youngster there was Vega, who just went from Celta Vigo.
Neymar is not that old. He's in 30s though. He's in his 30s.
Neymar's 33, bro.
Neymar's washed up though.
Exactly. So everyone who goes to Saudi is chasing the bag because their careers are in the twilight years. But at 22, he's never seeing. This is now Jadon Sancho. If Jadon Sancho goes to Saudi at 22, he's never seeing the English squad again. He's not going to the next World Cup.
He didn't go to the World Cup.
I know, but that's motivation for him to continue in the English Premier League.
He's not cutting it at Man U. Oganya Man U are not fit for him.
Yeah.
Should we just go back?
Looks more like
okay,
that.
at least go back to Dortmund.
And that's a step down. Like you said, you must take your advice. If
Spain.
It doesn't work in England, you must consider Spain or Italy.
Atletico will give him a nice game time.
No ways, they're playing negative football.
But still, it would suit him because he would be the star of their attacking football. Yeah. Like Griezmann, no Depay, Memphis Depay. Yeah. Do you see that Roy Keane got headbutted at the Arsenal? Oh, we haven't gotten to Arsenal, by the way. We've been talking about Man U.
Shit. I thought we were not going to do this.
No, let's talk about the Arsenal, man. The Arsenal played great, mate. To close off the English Premier League, mate. You have been talking about Man U all this entire time, but they played Arsenal. No, mate. The Arsenal played way, mate. No,
my DSTV set up. I don't know what happened.
I told you though last week, and I said to you that when they drew against Fulham, when Man U comes to the it's the Emirates. Yeah, they're gonna lift up their level. Those guys, those guys can go for me, and I believe from last season to this season, those guys will go toe to toe with Man City, and I can't wait for Man City Arsenal. I can't wait for Man City Arsenal because that's going to be the game. That's going to be interesting because those Arsenal guys can lift their level because they've been disappointed at the death of almost winning the EPL last season. Look, this season they want it all. It's going to be an interesting battle.
I think they can do it, but also for me, right? History is a major factor, right? Last season, United versus the top 9, top 10 was very poor away from home. Yeah, and I think during the week I saw a stat before Sunday's game that the last 5 trips to London, right? Yeah, for Man United have lost 4 and drew 1. Yeah, right. So history was not on our side, and my expectations and hopes were very, very low, and I was realistic. Given the fact that, look, Arsenal is in year 3 of the Arteta plan. Yeah. They had a good season and everyone understands their role and they're playing at home. Yeah. Man United is still a work in progress. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they're doing, and the personnel are not confident in their positions. So I didn't see us winning on Sunday.
Upsetting. It would have been an upset, basically.
100%. 100%. But for me, what I was willing to take as a victory was going to be a draw. If we had a draw, I would have taken that and.
They're not good enough to be drawing with Arsenal at the current moment. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at the stats from the first half or up until United scored, Arsenal were the better team.
Yeah, they were.
And look, when the score was 1-1, 70 minutes plus, I'm looking at that game and I'm thinking, okay, look, keep it like this.
Yeah, keep it like that. Yeah.
Let's keep it like this. Then we have a half chance. Yeah. Garnacho goes 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper, scores. That bloody VAR.
I was offside.
That bloody VAR. But also it gives and it takes because early in the game, Havertz had a penalty that was overturned by VAR. So it's the great equalizer. Yeah, heard the manager saying, "Oh, the angle was wrong," But look, sometimes VAR will take, sometimes it will give. Yeah. And for United, it was such a humbling experience because you went from a high like this, running around, I had my shirt off, picked up my daughter. She was like scared, like, "Hey, what's this guy doing? Is he going crazy?" Yeah. And I had to go sit down on the couch and humble myself.
The humbling effect.
Exactly. And then
you were humbled, mate.
The £100 million man goes and scores
Declan Rice
in stoppage time,
slotting it in. This is why I'm saying that Arsenal have got all the pieces to the puzzle together. It's going to be
100%.
interesting between them and Man City. I'm not lying to you. Those guys, it's going to be quite a game. I don't know when they're playing, but it's going to be quite. Yeah, that's for me. This entire season, that's the game to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, I think those are the teams to watch because also, you know, at 3-1, the score looks more dramatic than it was.
It was, yeah.
Because obviously when United went 2-1 down, they pushed up trying to get an equalizer and you left exposed.
Those at the back, yeah.
And Jesus, you can't let him go one-on-one.
Yeah.
He's a seasoned professional and international, and the composure he showed,
yeah.
It was nice.
Levels.
Nice goal.
Levels.
But 3-1 humbling, it's also a reality check for us. But the effort was there from United. We made a game out of it.
Man U still for me 5th, 4th.
Out of Champions League.
They're fighting for Champions League at the number 4 spot though, because Liverpool, I think, if they don't lose Salah, Pep will get together for the 3rd spot.
Yeah.
Liverpool, what?
So
Man U,
Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool, top 3.
Yeah. That's
and
the
4th
top 3.
place is
It's there. Up
based
for
on-
grabs, Tottenham or
okay.
whoever. No, it's that, they're the
Fair
fight.
enough,
That's the
fair
fight.
enough,
That's the
fair
fight.
enough.
Yeah, that's the fight. Yeah.